sometimes in the morning I feel a little rushed to get in here. Just depending on how the day unfolds. So if I get in here and it's rushed, it feels like, okay, I'm in rush mode. Transition.
Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful. Every moment is beautiful. Every apparent happening, you know, it's okay because already it is expressed from that heart space. You know, even what appears to be a problem that needs to be solved, you know, it's already appearing from that which isn't a problem. It's already appearing from that heart space. Every movement, every sensation, every thinking, intense thinking, trying to fix this and that, family problems. So everything already is appearing from that heart space. So it is seen that whatever that seems to be going on is already everything, is already that which isn't separate from anything. So somehow this wholeness, this vastness, it doesn't mind itself because it is seen that every appearance or even that which appears to be a person who's living life is already wholeness expressing as that. That as it is already being expressed from that heart space, which is this. So from that heart space, there's just unconditional love. Everything is seen as unconditional love. Every story, every apparent happening is just unconditional love expressing as that. Even what appears to be bad is just how unconditional love expresses as that. There is already no good and bad. There's already no wrong or right. Wrong or right is just an opinion arising from this saying, uh, this must be wrong, this must be right. But there is already no wrong or right. There's just what seems to be happening. And what seems to be happening, it may seem to be going somewhere, but already it's going nowhere. There is nowhere to get to. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to achieve. There's just this vastness, whatever you can call it. It doesn't really mind. It's already wordless. There are no words to really describe what this is. This is timelessly present as everything. Yet it's nothing because it can never be grasped. There's nothing separate from it to grasp it, to know it, to become it already. That's which seems to um, try to get this once that which seems to want to become this is already so it can be seen as just a story appearing in this or an appearance. So there is no suppression as well. If something is desiring to get something, that may seem to take place until that is exhausted. It is always seen that there is already nowhere to get to. There is already nothing separate from this to get this. There's just this already. You can call it the heart space, because it is seen that everything is appearing from it already. What seems to be things is already appearing from this as this. So somehow it's beautiful. There is that sense of okayness with what seems to be happening. There is that sense of okayness with the beings themselves. They are okay, even when they may seem to claim that I'm not okay. I'm not okay. The world is going crazy. People are dying left, right, and center. I'm not okay with this. But that's expression as it is already unconditional love, expressing as that. So uh, from that heart space, it is seen that everything is fine, is okay. But the apparent mind may seem to say there's something wrong. There's something to do. There's something to be done to reach the pinnacle of the mountain. There's something to be done to reach uh, peace, love, and bliss. But there's nothing to be done already. There's just a story. There's just this saying there's something to be done to reach what is. There's something to be done to become blissful. It is a story. It's beautiful. It's okay. It's not wrong or right. It's just what's happening. It's just how this, which is nothing, as, is expressing as that. So there are no weights. These weights are just arising from nothing. Or you can say they are just arising from that heart space. They appear from that heart space and disappear from it. It is always seen that no matter what seems to be happening, nothing is happening. Nothing ever happens. There's nowhere to get to. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to become. There's just this simplicity of what is. Somehow these words may seem to carry that energy of unconditional love. Mm. The resonance behind the words spoken may seem to happen. Something may seem to resonate with what is being spoken. But that's resonation, or whatever you can call it. It's just, it's never really resonating with words. It's resonating with the energy behind the words, which is unconditional love, which is just this. Even when words are not spoken, it's already here. Even before thinking may arise, it's already here. It can be felt as well by nobody. Being somebody who feels it is already it too, expressing as that. But there can never be a real somebody who can feel this, who can know this. That which seems to say, I know this, is already this, already. saying, I know this. I can't find myself. I've lost this. I'm afraid. Now the fear is gone. Anything may arise. There are no conditions here. There are no should and shouldn'ts. There is only unconditional love, spaciousness, vastness. Everything is allowed to be as it is without judgment here. Even the apparent judgment is not judged. There is no seer who can see this. There is no seer who can see everything. There is just everything already. There is no separation. Even when there is a thinking that seems to say there is separation, I feel separate. That which seems to say I feel separate can never really be found as really something that is separate from everything. It's just a thought. It's just an appearance. Yet it is only seen that it's just already this which isn't divided, appearing to say, I feel separate. So that one can never receive any help. That one can never really find anything because that one doesn't exist as separate from everything, as separate from wholeness. It's just how wholeness expresses itself as something that seems to say, I feel separate. So there's nothing to be done. That can be allowed to express until that it's exhausted or it's exhausted itself. What appears to be the separate self can only be real to its own self. It's never real until it collapses and it's recognized that it wasn't even there in the first place. When it seems to be there, then it can be seen, or it may seem as if it's real to its own self. Then seeing others because it thinks that it's here, it's living, seeing other beings, different beings. But when that collapses, it is seen that it's just one thing. There are no separate people. It's just this already. You and others is just a story. It's just an appearance in this, which isn't really an appearance. It's just this. It's just nothing. This never appeared. Therefore, it doesn't disappear. It is nothing, yet appearing as everything. You can say it is and isn't as well. So there are no real human beings. There are no real stories. All those are just mind-made ideas. There is no separation. This, in a way, seems to be alone as everything. Yet, there are no real things, separate things. It is this already, which isn't separate. Well, words are just concepts. They can never really describe what this is. They can be used as just concepts to try to describe that which can never really be described. It is worthless as it is. It doesn't require words to be spoken for it to be what it is. Unconditional love doesn't require words to be spoken for it to be unconditional love. It's just unconditional love. It is always felt from that heart space. Not talking about their emotional hearts. I'm talking about this spaceless space, boundless aliveness. There are no limitations. There are no real stories here. There are no days, no months, no years already. There are no real human beings. Everything is this already. They're just labels, bunch of labels. Computer screen, the room, names, different names. But there's really nothing behind. There is no orchestrator of what seems to be happening. There's no one behind who's operating these bodies. Everything seems to be going on by itself. So there's really nothing to find. And there's nobody who's separate who can find anything. There's nobody who's separate who can become anything here. Yet what seems to be the becoming is just this two. It's just how wholeness expresses itself as something trying to become something. Yet it's empty. That as it is already empty. The talking that seems to be happening right now is already empty. These words are empty. It's just how aliveness, this boundless aliveness, expresses itself as words. Yet these words are never really pointing to any objects as something to be found or as something to unite with, to become one with it. There's really no objects here. There are no objects already. Solidity is illusory. There's nothing solid here. What seems to be different shapes is already that which is already shapeless. The separate self can never be found because there is no finder already who can find anything. The separate self is just a story. There is no separate self. There is no individual here. There is already wholeness. Everything is whole and complete. There's nothing missing. There's nothing lacking here. This space may seem to be empty, yet it's full. It is not just blank space. It is aliveness itself. It is alive. So there can never be anyone here who's located anywhere. There's no center already. Eyes can never see anything. There's just seeing, which sees even when eyes are not there. This doesn't require eyes to see. It is the seeing itself, but there's no seer. When the body is asleep, the eyes can be opened, but the eyes themselves can never see. It is the seeing that make it seem as if the eyes can see, but eyes can't see anything. And there's no one behind those eyes. This may seem to see from itself as it is, but it can never see itself. There can be a seeing from this, which is nothing, but this can never see itself because it's not a thing. The body can be seen. The body is just an appearance in this. The body is nothing special. The body can be obliterated anytime, but the seeing remains as it is, untouched, undisturbed, recognizing itself that it has never been the body, recognizing itself that it has never been a person. It has always been itself. So there can be a relief, an apparent relief happening. even when the body is still alive, or even when the body is still available. You know, there can be a recognition that all there is seeing. There's no seer. All there is life. There's no one to live life. There's no one to possess life. There's no one to lose life, therefore. Life is eternal. There's no one to have eternal life. There's just simply eternal life. Life has never been born. Therefore, it never dies. Life is not a man or a woman. It doesn't have any culture. Life doesn't have any past. Doesn't have any present or future. Life is indestructible. Buildings may collapse. Bodies may be obliterated. Bodies may be gone, may disappear, but this never disappears. Life doesn't disappear. It has always been there, and it will always be there. There are no separate lives. It's just one life. It is formless and empty. It is spacious, indestructible, luminous. I don't know how to pronounce this word.
I'm sorry, what was the word?
Luminous,
Luminous, I think.
luminous, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is always shining, even in the midst of um, what seems to be bad emotions, good emotions, in the midst of quarrels, misunderstandings. Life is always shining. Life is unconditional love itself. So there's nothing missing there. There's nothing lacking there. Nothing is needed. Something can be needed in the story. If this life appears as somebody who's living life, then something, there may be desires, something maybe needed, money, things to take care of the body and stuff like that. But life itself doesn't need anything. It is empty of needs. It doesn't lack anything. There's nothing missing. There's nothing missing because it is the heart space. It is the heart itself, the heart of everything. From that heart space, there's only unconditional love. There's only bliss, joy, peace. There's no lack. There are no desires there. And in this, what I'm talking about can never be achieved. It's already there. it is already there. It's just, you can say that it can be noticed, not by anyone. It can really notice itself that it has never been anything but itself, that it has never been any story, it has never been anyone who's in the story. It has never been a man or a woman. When there seems to be problems surrounding the apparent separate self, when there is really no way out, there can be also that recognition that I've never been this. I've never been a human being. I'm not a human being. I'm not a man or a woman. You know. So man or a woman may seem to continue to play out the story of a man or a woman, but it is very light when that recognition has happened. It's very light. It's not sticky as it was when there was a strong belief invested in that uh, character. It's very light. This can be recognized when the body is dead. It can also be recognized when the body is alive. But the one who recognizes this is not somebody who's separate from this. It can only be this. It can recognize itself that it has always been itself. It has never been, or it has been playing as somebody in the story. It has been playing as a man or a woman. It has never been really a man or a woman. So you can call it God, spirits, the Christ, the Buddha, the Krishna. It doesn't mind. Itself as it is, it's nameless. It is empty. It is shapeless. It is not a human being. And that which is looking for it is already itself in the story, appearing as somebody in the story. So there can never be anyone who wishes to find this, who wants to become this, because there's only this, there's only itself. The one looking from behind those eyes is already this, is already the one that seems to be talking right now. So you can say this is talking to itself. It's playing with itself in a way. So what seems to be problems? What seems to be problems may be seen as just um, a reminder, this reminding itself that it's never really a human being. It's never really a person. When there's so much belief invested in being a person, and then they may see that the person may seem to be surrounded by troubles, problems, some ending up thinking about committing suicide because there is a strong belief that I'm this person and this body. So problems in a way may serve as a reminder that reminding itself that it's never really a human being. It is this vastness, it is spaciousness, it is all there is expressing as a human being, as a person. And what is being spoken right now is never spoken by anyone. It just appears from this. You know. So separation is a fallacy. There is no separation. It is always seen from that heart space that everything is beautiful. Every story is okay. Because it's already there is already no separate self who's the victim. There are no victims here. They're just stories. Being a victim is just a story. Everything is empty. So that there's no one here who received anything. There's no one here who got anything, who achieved anything. And there's no one here even now. It is also seen that there's no one there. There's never there one here. There's just this aliveness, boundless energy. So Charles has never appeared, and Charles will never disappear. It can be that's it can be only imagined, it can be an imagination, which can also be dropped. It can also be seen through. There's no one who's even imagining, who's even uh, doing imagination or imagining anything. There's just a bunch of thoughts floating by. I'm so and so who was born one day who will eventually die. so and so who has a family. Those are just thoughts, and they're okay. They're not wrong or right. It's just how this vastness expresses itself or expresses itself as that. Are there any questions about the hearts?
Questions. Who is there to ask a question? What are questions? Can there be questions?
No questions.
No, I don't think there's any questions. Maybe you could talk a little bit about how it was for you when the heart opened up, when there was a first sort of.
What I can say is that there was a recognition that what seemed to be a seeker who was seeking doing meditations, um, looking at the space between the objects, the apparent objects, or what seemed to be the seeker here was never really there. It was seen through that there was no one here. There was just this vastness. Also, the one who seemed to be a seeker, used to be a seeker in a way, was just also this vastness expressing as that until that itself, what seemed to be the seeker, it seemed to collapse. Yet it was also recognized that it wasn't even there as separate from wholeness, from everything, or vastness. It's just vastness also appearing as that. So here, it is always seen that there's no separation. Every story, every sensation, every appearance is okay. There is that sense of okayness with everything, with everyone. Yet, um, anger may seem to arise here, but it's no longer owned by anyone because there's no one here. There's no one to own anger. There's no one to own anything that happens or seems to be happening. So it is also seen that there is no suppression here of anything. Anything may arise, anything may happen, anything may be spoken here. Because everything is beautiful. Every expression is beautiful. Every expression is okay. Because it's already appearing from that which is not separate. There's no separation. So the apparent character here, it is enjoyed. It is enjoyed, you know, even though it is always seen that there's no one here, but the things being done. Things may seem to get done. Like if something arises that needs to be done, to be fixed, it gets fixed right away. There's no longer that agency that there's someone here who needs to meet a deadline. Um, it's just things that they just happen, and this doesn't mind. I don't know if I answered your question.
There's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah, definitely. It's always like that. It's always like that.
You had said once that there was a specific time where you felt somehow the core of attention uh, uh, descending from the mind to the heart, and that there was a kind of an opening at that point. I don't know if that happened at the same time as all the other stuff you're talking about, or afterwards, or I don't know. I don't know that it matters, but
I will try to recall. Okay, if I remember, I think it was just one of the glimpses. Yeah, that used to happen during the, the seeking time. There was an intense seeking here. It was just one of the glimpses. Something just dropped from the mind to the hearts, and then this was seen that everyone is okay. Everyone is okay. All human beings, all apparent human beings are beautiful. They are beautiful. All they're just souls. Souls, as in this, all there is appearing to be separate, appearing as souls in the world. A soul is beautiful.
so despite what you may say, being there or not, I have to believe that even though it may have already been there, always in the background already, it's not easy to notice. And then the noticing was a byproduct of personality, natural acumen, seeking, earnesty, combination of things that formed in the nothingness in order to be able to see. You know, even though it was there already. And even though there's no one to see.
Yeah, you're right. It's already there. It's already there. But somehow it may appear as if it's not there yet. Then a story may seem to form. A journey may seem to be created. A journey that is already journeyless. I don't know how to put it. It's already that which is has no journey yet, appearing as something that is not there yet. Then a journey begins. A journey to reach
I'm sorry,
something that can never.
I got somebody at the door. I think it's the fire marshal. I'm gonna have to let you go. I'll talk to you next week. Actually, I'm flying next week, so I'll reach out to reschedule.
All right, no problem.
Okay,
No
bye.
problem. Safe trip.
Yeah, thank you.